there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with another spoiler video for Shadows over Innistrad. This was a leak. Wizards really got to get their crap together here. This is what, like 5 sets in a row that someone has got a hold of product way before the spoiler season, and I think this was just one pack that was somehow got in the hands of a nefarious person, and that person was able to sell it, and the person that bought it opened it and of course spoiled it to the world. Now this is kind of be a mix between Rogue Market. I think I'm going to do a whole Rogue Market episode based upon the cards that we see in Shadows of Innistrad and what cards pair up very well and why I think you should invest in certain cards. But before that, let's just talk about some of these spoiled cards. So the first one I'm really excited about is this Fiery Temper here. Fiery Temper is one of my favorite cards ever printed because this was kind of the height of when I got into my first little flirt with competitive Magic. This was during the madness when there was Basking Root Wallas and Wild Mongrels. I think I was a freshman in college at the time, and I built a deck that was called Frog in a Blender, which used Basking Root Wallas and the Wild Mongrels, Fiery Tempers, and there was Violent Eruption. But I don't know, is Fiery Temper, I don't think Fiery Temper has been legal in Modern. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But the Madness ability is, or the mechanic is extremely powerful. Let me say that again. It is extremely powerful. And Fiery Temper is one of those cards that was one of the more powerful Madness cards. So you can use this along with like cards like Faithless Looting. And last time around, Innistrad was a graveyard-based set where it had a lot of discard enablers, which is perfect for Fiery Temper. So Fiery Temper, if you can't see the blurry here, it deals 3 damage to target creature player, so it's a lightning bolt for 3 that you can Madness for a red. So it basically is a lightning bolt if you can discard it from your hand. Now, what's really cool is you can cast it. It still counts as being discarded, and you can still cast it. So it's almost like drawing an extra card with cards like Faithless Looting and whatnot. So Zombie Infestation is a great Madness enabler. There is, of course, Faithless Looting. There is a lot of the blue spells, the loot cards like Jace is extremely good with Fiery Temper. So I was starting to advise a lot of my friends to get rid of Jace's because I don't think Jace's is near Jace, the Planeswalker out of Origins, Little Jace, is as, or Baby Jace as they like to call it, is as good without Delve as he is right now. Like, it's extremely powerful in the format with Tassigers and wanting a ton of other cards that Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time, those sort of cards, that those rotate out when Shadows over Innistrad rotates in. But if Madness is going to be a thing, my god, Jace is going to be insanely good because we did use a card called Merfolk Looter, which is like the Jace without the Planeswalk ability, exactly the same as Jace without the Planeswalk ability, able to turn into a Planeswalker. That was extremely powerful during Madness. Now, it's so could Jace go up over 70, 80, 90 dollars? Sky is the limit with the set that wants to utilize Madness. So super excited about that. So let's just go down. Let's see. Put 4 1/1 red creature tokens on the battlefield. They have when this creature dies, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. I think that's what it says. Yeah, it says dies. So 6 mana, rare to put 4 cards into play. And then I actually like that card a lot. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's quite worth the converted mana cost, but it's 4 devil creatures or 6 mana, and they die. They do 1 damage to target creature or player. Yeah, that's actually very significant. Lamplighter of Selhoff. So zombies are going to be back in full swing. When the Lamplighter of Selhoff enters the battlefield, if you control another zombie, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So another little Madness enabler. Zombies look like they're going to be a tribe. So look back to purchasing Lord of Undeads and Diregraph Captains and Zombie Masters, Undead War Chief. A lot of these cards that were in the Zombie Tribal. I think that, again, people will start building. Anytime a new set comes out with a specific tribe, the tribe enablers from past sets go up. So that's what zombies have been done and done and done and done. Almost every set has a tribal zombie feel to it. Stoic Builder. When there's a battlefield, you may return target land card from your graveyard to hand. That's pretty cool. It works very good with fetch lands. The fetch lands will be gone, though. So Stoic Builder, I think, in this set with Evolving Wilds might be okay. There might be a few other cards that... I know that Battle for Zendikar has those sack lands that I think are pretty cool with Stoic Builder, and it's a 2/3 body, which is pretty good. It's kind of a filler card though. It might see some play. I could actually see this card comboing. Now we have a new a mechanic called Skulk. This creature can't be blocked with creatures with greater power. All right, so kind of this like pseudo unblockable with the furtive homunculus. All right, Dance with the Devils. Put 2 1/1 red devil creature tokens battlefield they have when they die. Deals 1 damage to creature or player. This one costs 4, so it's the littler version of Devil's Playground. Expose Evil. Tap up to 2 target creatures and a new ability called Investigate. Put a colorist clue artifact. Clue? We're playing Clue now in Magic. All right. Put a colorist clue artifact token on the battlefield of 2. Sacrifice this artifact. Draw a card. Sure. It's tap 2 creatures with an ability. This is going to be a very, very cool card in the limited strategies because you can tap down 2 creatures for a turn and get some sort of value by drawing a card. It's all right. But here is the card that I'm extremely excited about. And as far as Rogue Market is concerned, this is where you need to start picking up the Mayor of Averbrooks, the Immerwolfs, Huntmaster of the Fells. What are some other good werewolf tribal? Because werewolves are back. A lot of people were really upset with Avacyn Restored because it had they weren't werewolves. What were they? They had a different name to them, and so there wasn't really, like, we had 2 sets, Innistrad and Dark Ascension, that looked like they were setting up this awesome werewolf tribal, and it just couldn't quite get there. So now we got the Duskwatch Recruiter, which is another werewolf, which means there's gonna be werewolves in the format. And yeah, that's pretty sweet. So this one's a 2/2 for 2, very good. And then you can use 3. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So it can help you draw. This is going to be insanely good in limited. And the ability upkeep if no spells were cast. So it's still that mechanic from Innistrad. If you do not cast any spells, they turn into werewolves. And this one has creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and then it'll flip back over. So it's a 2/2 that can turn into a 3/3 that make creature spells cost less. Pretty sweet. I actually might want this in my Animar deck. We'll see. I think it's an overkill with Animar, though. But I don't want him to actually flip, though. Anyway, I play Animar in Commander. I'll quit going off tangent here. And the deck is completely bonkers, and I don't think that it really needs much from subsequent sets. With the last sets, with all the Eldrazi's, Animar got insanely good. Anywho, so I highly advise you to pick up Immerwolves and the Mayor of Averbrook. They're both going to affect the werewolf tribe. And yeah, I think that they're both quite inexpensive at the moment. So I think that this is the lowest you're going to be able to get into Immerwolf and Mayor of Averbrook. And there is a Moon Mist or something. There's another enchantment too that deals with werewolf, but those are both uncommons. I'm trying to think if there's another rare that deals with the werewolf tribe. I think there's a few of them that are pretty, they're pretty, like, meh, pretty okay. It's really Mayor of Averbrook that you really want to invest in. All right, so Fire Temporary talked about Hound of Farbog's Zombie Hound. Delirium, another mechanic. Hound of Farbog's has Menace as long as there are as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. So, kind of like a little Tarmogoyf type. It reads card types in the graveyard. This is a filler card, though, a 5/3 for 5 mana. Wouldn't even be that good. I mean, it's decent with Menace if it just immediately had Menace. But this is Menace with a catch. So, it's just filler card. This is your 13th pick, or your 13th playable a lot of times in the... Or, excuse me, your very end curve toppers in... So 23rd pick, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, your 21st, 22nd, 23rd filler slot in draft. Watcher of the Web, a spider. Might we have some spider tribe again? Reach. Watcher in the web may block an additional 7 creatures? I think that says 7 creatures during combat. So it can block everything. All right, because it's got, what, 7 eyes? Is that what we're... It's got 8 eyes. Come on. Oh, additional 7, so it can block the 1. That's where we're getting the lore. It's got 8 eyes, and it can block all of them with all of its eyes. All right. So, Delirium, 4 more cards in the share type. So, counter target sorcery spell for 1. Invasive Surgery. If there are 4 more card types, search that player's hand and library with the spell for any number of cards with the same name and exile those cards. That's kind of cool. I really like Invasive Surgery. This is... It counters a sorcery spell for 1. So these type of 1 mana spells actually do see play. In Modern, what sorceries are we worried about, though? I think that Goro's Vengeance isn't a sorcery. Scape Shift isn't. Bring to Light is an instant, isn't it? No, Burning Blast is sorcery. there's some decent sorcery spells, and of course this card just gets better and better with more sorcery spells. And if there is a particular strategy that is like just a one-trick pony deck that uses sorceries, Invasive Surgery will be insanely good because it will get rid of all copies out of their deck, and it's just one. And then, so we need 4 more different types. It's easy with a fetch land. Of course, fetch lands won't be in the format, but land will be easy. Creature and instant and sorcery actually be pretty easy to get in the graveyard. I can definitely see this card seeing play. Pretty cool mechanic. Structural Distortion. Exile target artifact or land. It deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller, but it's 4 mana. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if it'll quite see play. 4 mana is always the right out of the playability for land destruction, and Wizards have moved away from 3. Same thing with artifacts. You already have Smash to Smithereens and Destructive Reveille at a lot lower, but this could definitely see sideboard play. Here we go. Here's cards I love. I love green flash cards. So 4 mana flash. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a land card. If you do, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token on the battlefield. So you can have a 4/3 and a 3/3 for 4 mana. If you at that point in draft, in limited, this can be great because a lot of times you do get mana flooded, and this card's the perfect card to at least get some advantage over that mana flood. In draft, a 4 mana for a 4/3 is value. It's a step above a 3/3, which is what you're expected to pay for a 3/3 is 4 mana. And so you do have to pay 1 extra green and discard a land, but you do get 2 cards, and in draft that's pretty good. And it's flash. Flash is exceptionally good. This is a very, very solid card in the limited. And it might actually, I don't know if it's quite powerful enough to see play. I tried a UG Flash deck right now, and it's just getting eaten alive by Abzan because Abzan has a lot of very efficient 1-drops right now, but it does very well against Jeskai Black. But Flash is just, I really like the Flash mechanic because it allows you to play like the green-blue counter Flash archetype, which I've always been a fan of, so you can hold up counter spells. If your opponent doesn't do anything, you can flash something in. So I'm super excited about that. And there are plenty of flash cards out of Oath of the Gatewatch and Battle for Zendikar that get very, very interesting with that type of archetype. So all in all, this has been a very good pack. I think you couldn't have really opened up a better pack for, at least mechanic-wise, to show us that we're going to have a little bit of a token-based theme with the Devils. We're going to have Zombie Tribe back and Werewolf Tribe back. Most likely humans are coming back. Maybe a little bit of a wolf or spirit type thing. And then Madness is super exciting because it's one of my favorite mechanics ever. Extremely powerful mechanic. And I think this is going to go perfectly in... I'm glad we didn't have Madness, though, with Delve. But I think it'll go great with Oath of the Gatewatch and Battle for Zendikar and Origins. So anyway, be looking forward to some more spoilers. Again, Wizards really needs to get their crap together here. They can't keep their cards from being spoiled. Sometimes they do this on purpose, though, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with this one. If people end up getting banned again, if people end up getting warned. Wizards, if you haven't been up in the news, they banned a bunch of people that have spoiled cards in the past or circulated spoiled cards. So that was a huge warning to people like me, content producers, who say no, don't spoil. I mean, this is everywhere on the internet. I could care less about putting it on my channel. Let me know in the comment section below which card you're most excited to play around, how you felt about Madness or the Werewolf Tribe, and I'm going to go ahead and look at some other Werewolf cards and give you the prices on the Mirror of Averbook, and I just think it's a very, very smart pickup right now. We saw Allies go crazy with Oath of the Gatewatch and Battle for Zendikar, and they're still increasing in price. And if you got into Allies early, pre-spoilers, as soon as you knew the Allies were coming back, you probably made some pretty significant amount of return on your investments. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.